Hello everybody, welcome back. We've got another math video here for you today. And like I mentioned in our last video talking about bar graphs, if you have yet to check that out, feel free to head on back and check that one. Because we are starting a series on data, statistics, graphs, all that fun stuff. We are going to jump back in and do a couple more geometry videos in just a little bit. Probably get those done tomorrow. As I'm taping this, I'll probably get them done tomorrow evening. But we're talking line plots today. And now line plots, this video is going to be a little bit shorter than what the last one was on bar graphs, because line plots are kind of a less fancy version, I guess you could say, of what a bar graph is. And now there are some big differences, but you kind of think of it that way. Okay? So line plots are similar to what bar graphs are because they do show data in a pictorial form. Again, like we mentioned last video, pictures help our brains understand things better. They help us process information. They help us process data a little bit better than just having it in a table form like this down here. That does not help me much. That does not do much for my brain. I like looking at this. Okay, this picture right here helps my brain, and it likely helps your brain understand information a little bit better. Okay? So the difference between a line plot and a bar graph is that these are a little bit less fancy. You can make them a little bit more quickly. There are fewer labels you have to worry about, but you still have a title. You still have what's on this axis. You still have what's on that axis, going side to side, going up and down. But in this case, we don't have bars. What you see in here is an X, a whole bunch of X's in some of them. Okay? And in this case, in this graph, or this plot here that we have that is about classroom candy bar sales, each one of those X's stands for a student. Okay? So along the bottom it says number of candy bars, and 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, blah, blah, blah. Okay? And we're going to assume that's number of candy bars sold in that classroom. So, classroom selling candy bars, maybe they're raising money, maybe you've done that in your classroom before where you sell candy bars as a fundraiser. These kids, we're going to imagine, are doing a fundraiser, and this is early on in the fundraising. We got some that sold only a few, we have some that sold a lot already. But going up and down, we have the number of students, and each one of these X's that we see is a student. So if we look at 0, one student, because there's only one X above the 0, has sold 0 candy bars. One student has sold 1 candy bar. One student has sold 2 candy bars. How many students have sold 3 candy bars? Well, count the X's. 1, 2, 3 of them. Nobody sold 4 candy bars. But 4 have sold 5, 2 have sold 6, 1 sold 7, 2 have sold 8. So it's not too tough to make those. It's kind of nice, actually. You don't have to worry about bars. You don't have to worry about putting numbers up the side. All you have to do is just put the number of X's that you need. Okay? So let's show you how we make one of these. Number 1, Armando was curious to know how much his classmates read at home each week. So he conducted a survey of the number of books each classmate read in a week. And in this table over here, which is just a way of organizing our information, we have the students in his class and how many books that they read in a week. Okay, so Jose reads 3, Anna reads 7, and Carmen reads 4, Danny reads 6, all the way through. Okay. We want to make a line plot. We want to make something that looks like that out of this. Okay, so the first thing I want to figure out, what's the biggest number? Okay, because first thing I want to do is put the numbers along the bottom. Okay, just like we had up here. That way I know where I'm going to be putting my X's, which we'll be doing in just a moment. So 7, 9 looks like the most. Ray has 9 books read per week. So I'm going to start with 0. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And we'll put 10 on there just because. fills up the bar, makes it look nice. So along the bottom, okay, books read per week. And I do want that label on there because that's going to tell me what these numbers mean. If I don't put a label down here, I don't know what 0 through 10 is. I don't know what 5 is. Why are there 4 X's above 5? I don't know what that means. So I need that label. Okay. So those are the books that are read per week. And then up the side, I am going to turn this, just like we had up here, we are going to put number of students. Just like that. Okay, so our line plot is starting to look more like the one up here. Okay, and then we need a title of that as well. Okay, so this could also go number of books read per week down here. Okay, but let's call it books read at home per week. Kind of a big title, but we need that. Okay, it gives us the information that we need. So what we're going to do now is we're going to look at this table, and I'm just going to put an X above what